Welcome to this video that will show the functions of the File menu in TempoWeave. So currently we have a weaving design open called GAMP MO for M's and O's. If I go to the File menu, I have several options. It defaults at the top to info that shows a very bit of basic information about the file that's currently open, the path, the name, when it was last modified, when it was created, and if I had put any project notes in there for the title and the author, that would have shown up. It shows how many shafts and treadles and the ends per inch and picks per inch that were defined for that design. I can also see the version history here, times that it was saved, so if I ever wanted to open a prior version, I could do so and take a look at it and save it if I wanted to, that version. So let's see what's next. So on this menu, you can start a new design by clicking New, and a new design window will open with the default number of shafts and treadles, and whether you want to work in a lift plan or a tie-up mode as shown here, and all of that's done in the settings. Also remember there is a switcher here that's easy to switch between all of your open design windows. And if I wanted to get back to that design, I just do that. But let's go back to the File menu since that's our focus right now. So we just went over Info, New. Let's look at Open. When we click Open, notice there's a panel here that shows recent designs, recent folders, and a browse. Right now, Recent Designs is selected, and if you'll notice on the right-hand side, there's one file that has a little pin here. You can pin files to show up at the top, and see that little line there that separates the top and then a list of files down here. You can scroll back and forth. So those are the designs that I've worked on. This is automatically populated for you based on what you open. But if you want to tag something else, like if I wanted to pin this, that'll make sure that it always stays at the top until I unpin it. That's handy if you're working on a number of files and you don't want to have to go search or scroll down for them. You can keep them at the top. And when you're through with it, I can simply click that pin and it moves it back down to the scrolling list below. The folders work similarly. I've got a pinned folder here that I was working on. If I wanted to pin the folder that this design is worked in, that's saved in, I could simply pin that. And you've got the dividing line, and after that it's a scrollable list of all the folders you've used recently. Also, if you do browse, then that just goes into your file management system and starts in the folder that you've got designated as your default folder for your weaving projects. So these features have helped me keep track and manage and navigate through my file folders for my with files since we've implemented these changes. So if you save, just saves whatever file you've got currently. And you may notice that on the home menu, some of the same functions that are on the file menu, such as save, are here. So you don't always have to go back to the file menu to save. You can do the save or even the keyboard shortcut Control S that shows up when I hover over that button. Save as well is here, and it's also on the file menu. So let's talk a little bit about save as. When you save as, you may occasionally want to put it in a different folder, which is fine. Let's just do one here and create a folder and show you how to do that. So if I wanted to save this file in a new folder, I can navigate on my computer where I want to go. I can click New Folder and name it anything. Folder for GAMP. And I like to double click and get into that folder, and then I could put it any name I wanted to, maybe a GAMP test, and click Save. Now let's see what happens when I go back to the File menu. If I do Open and I do Recent Folders, notice this folder for GAMP. So I can click that and I can see my files there. Of course, we always save the WIF and the TWA. You don't have to worry about which one you click. I usually click the WIF file. The TWA has some additional information stored in that file that's proprietary for TempoWeave, such as your version history and a few other things, but you can always just ignore that. But if you do share a file with a friend who doesn't have TempoWeave, make sure you send the WIF file, because that is the standard. So if I can open it from there, for example, and then it'll open up a new window in TempoWeave where I have that GAMP test that we've named it. So back to the file menu, we've gone over Info, New, Open, Save, Save As. We can close a file, and close is another one of these options that's also on the home menu. We can also access the print functions from the file menu. So I can choose to print my threading or my treadling, or maybe the warp winding plan. I'll print close right now. And we can do export. Now, export is something that's in development right now. We'll have a special export for Tempo Treadle. We'll also have exports that are special for Dobby functions that we're working on with TempoWeave. And you can get to the Help menu. You can click here to get to your online documentation, links to LoftyFiber, TempoWeave.com, or contact us. And you can also exit. So that is a quick recap of the file menu. That's a fairly new development for us. It used to look different, but this is more of the modern Windows style navigation that gives you more capabilities. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye.